You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Hello, motherfuckers. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby. Welcome to a very special bonus Brock and Dalby Show podcast that will hopefully whet your whistle while we're away on our vacation this week.
Well, here's the thing is we are pre-recording this before you go to the airport, and we do not know if WestJet is going to go on strike or not yet.
Oh, my God. It sounds like the Minister of Labor or somebody high-ranking in the government basically took the mechanics union and took WestJet and basically gave them the y'all are going to get along whether you like it or not treatment. So I'm hoping that this lasts just long enough for me and the kids to get on a plane. Because if they go on strike while I'm out at the ocean, I just won't come back. I don't care. But I don't want to be stuck at Pearson while some mechanic and some CEO are arguing in a boardroom.
There is a small part of me, and I know I'm going to sound like a dick, that I do kind of want it to happen because I want to see a viral video of you going full spaz kid at the airport. Because I know you, brother. I know you would blow a gasket there.
The thing is like, I do have a bit of a temper, but I think in that situation, I think in a world where the kids and I have gotten in the car, we've driven to Toronto, we are at the airport, and we are told that our flight has been canceled, I think I go sad. I think I get sad before I get angry.
I think you get red. I think you get real red. Because, dude, how many videos do you see of, I think there's something at the airport, man, where people just lose their shit. Like, they don't even mean to. How many people's lives do you think have been ruined because of a flight?
Oh, 100%.
And it's like something small just happened. And there was that lady that started freaking out on the plane last year thinking the guy beside her was an alien because she didn't take her medication, whatever it was.
Right. That motherfucker's not real.
I swear, in the run of a year, there's got to be like a minimum of like 500 people that ruin their lives just because they happen to like lose their shit on a plane or at the airport.
It might even be higher than that because I think you're just thinking of the ones that make the news or go viral.
Yeah.
There's also people who miss their flights because they fucked up. They were late to something. That flight was maybe for a job interview or something like that.
And I get it, man, because like you sit there at the airport and it's like your flight gets delayed and you're like, I could kill everyone here right now. Like you start thinking you're like, I'm going to lose. You know what I mean? Like you start thinking the worst stuff.
I'm going to get put on a list today is what you're saying, essentially. And the thing is like, I'll go ahead and say this. The reason I think that people get so mad at the airport is because nothing good happens at the airport. Nobody's excited about... You're excited about where you're flying to, at best. Nobody's excited about going on long-ass flights, sitting in cramped seats, eating a dusty old bag of half-eaten pretzels. Like, there's nothing good anymore about flying. The magic is gone. The comfort and luxury is gone.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was a kid, I remember being so stoked to go on a plane, and then, like, after you do it a few times. But there is, like, a new trend that I've been seeing on TikTok and online where like dudes are like, I raw dogged a flight.
I have seen this and I don't care for it.
So basically, if anyone doesn't know, it's like they just no phone, no headphones, nothing. They're just like, I'm just looking at the seat like the whole way.
That's psychopath behavior for starters. That's basically saying like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pay a few $100 depending on how far where you're going, and I'm just going to put myself in solitary confinement for a few hours.
But if you think about it, it's not that long ago that it was natural to raw dog on the plane. Like
I don't. Maybe for me, I am not old enough to have been on a plane without at least some sort of like a music player.
Yeah.
Or even, I mean, books been around, brother, for a long time.
I think people probably used to have more fun on planes back in the day because it was kind of a party, right? Like you could smoke, you could really drink. Everyone dressed up in suits.
Right.
Versus
it was
now,
a luxury affair.
Yeah, versus now you wear like your best Cookie Monster pajamas and you kind of roll through. That's it.
Dude, assuming the strike doesn't happen, our flight is tonight. Look how stretchy these pants are. I'm going to be comfortable as hell, but no one's going to look at me and be like, look at that classy fella.
Smoking on a plane would be so disgusting. Like,
oh my God.
I remember like, you know, there's a few restaurants like growing up that I remember where like you could smoke on the inside or but like to have a smoking in it. Did they have non-smoking sections on the plane? Was that a thing?
No. I mean, you look at it, right? It doesn't matter where you're sitting on the plane. It had the ashtray built into the armrest.
Just one big cancer box, basically.
I think also essentially, like, really, can you say there would be any kind of separation between smoking and non-smoking on this tiny ass metal tube in the sky? Like, you can't even pretend. Like in restaurants, they'll pretend, oh, this aisle of carpet separates the smokers and the non-smokers.
Yeah.
You are in it. And especially all the people flying with their kids, just living in this haze of cigarette smoke back in the day.
Dude, I hate it when people put on like the little air thing on the planes, let alone like if someone was blowing darts.
I'll tell you right now, I'm an air guy.
Yeah.
I need the air on.
It smells weird. It doesn't smell right.
It's very like cleaned air, so it has that odor to it. But the airplane is so stuffy. There is no air movement whatsoever.
It smells like someone's poisoning me. Like that's what like I'm in a movie and all of a sudden the bad guys have poisoned the plane. Like that's what it smells like every single time.
The green gas starts leaking from the vents.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take whatever poison mind control fluoride is in that air. If I sit stuffy with no airflow on the airplane, I get itchy.
Yeah.
I get red.
I always fuck up too, and I like. I'm always like, I need water, and I get one of those big ass like Evians or Dasani bottles at the airport.
Do you get it before security?
No. You get it on the other side.
Okay, yeah.
Rookie mistake.
That's
dude.
what I thought you were saying.
No. And then I always drink too much water, and then I have to like piss on flights, and I hate that so much. I hate being that guy that has to get up, and then like. Everybody's always judging you, too. Mm-hmm. As you're going, and they're like, is this guy getting up again? Like,
right. Oh, yeah. If you get up more than once, everybody on the plane somehow has taken notice of you. They're judging you for that. There's also, are you the guy that got up as soon as the captain turned off the seatbelt sign? Like, people will judge you on almost how long you can hold it after you have the freedom and ability to get up and use the bathroom.
I will say it is pretty funny. I've seen this trend online, too, of people that try and be the first person to stand up just to, like, be a dick to everyone else. Like, just stand up and be like, I won! And like, that's a funny move. That's nice. I
do laugh at the people who stand up immediately when the airplane comes to rest on the, like, wherever you're landing.
Yeah.
And people are like, I was up first. I had my bags. I'm ready to go. It's like, cool. You still have to stand here for 20 minutes before they're going to open that door.
Yeah.
Why is everybody in such a hurry to get up all of a sudden?
Well, it's funny because you're in such a hurry to get off the damn plane, and then you just have to wait for your baggage for like 30 minutes. Like the dread of finally landing when you come home sucks so bad.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
Oh,
and especially because it's like when you're in traffic and someone goes racing past you way over the speed limit, and then 2 minutes later, you're both sitting at the same red light.
Yeah.
Those are the people who stand up first on the plane and go racing out the door and run down. And then, you're standing next to each other at the baggage carousel like, hey, what's up?
Well, and then 90% of the time, the person that's picking you up from the airport is probably just as pissed off as you are.
Yeah, because if you're doing the pickup, you don't want to be late. You don't want to be a dick. So you almost like get there way too early. And now you're just standing. Airports waiting, like the arrival section in an airport is the most boring place in the world.
But, I mean, you're flying out to BC. So like, what's the move when you're out there with the kids?
So we will land. My parents will meet us at the airport, and then they will immediately, my kids will become their problem for the next, I believe it's month and change.
Nice.
I go into full on like degenerate mode. Like I'm gonna go to the ocean. I'm gonna sit by the beach. I'm gonna get. Well, I was going to say a tan. I'm going to get a burn, and I'm going to do as little as possible until I come back here for the next live show.
Nice. And then when you get back, are we still in full degenerate mode or what?
Well, we'll see, right? Because like that's when I get that little reprieve of getting to be not single dad for a while. But
You're like, I'm finally allowed to cry in my house alone.
Oh, no, I do that all the time. That's fine. You just wait till they go to bed, brother.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Is it weird that I'm almost excited to be able to do more like work things, because we do these get-togethers, these concerts, these promos, even like going to like stand-up comedy and stuff like that, and I'm like, I won't have to get a babysitter for all of these things. I can go and do all these work things without having to pay for them.
Yeah. If you're hiring any ladies while the kids are gone, it's not a babysitter.
Just to be really clear, that's not happening. That's not a thing. There's no transactions will be happening.
No, e-transfers only, right? Yeah.
I'm not single anymore. You can't make these jokes anymore.
Oh, are we making that public now?
Well, we've mentioned it on the show a few times. She listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
You can't be out inferring that I'm picking up whores while we're on vacation.
I wasn't saying that.
You were inferring it.
I wasn't saying anything.
You were implying it.
I'm just a guy having a conversation with another guy.
Okay. What women would I be paying then?
Maybe a maid?
No, I'll finally have time to clean the house.
Maybe a maid, dude. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Maybe you were getting something made for the kids. I don't know, dude. I don't know what you do.
So what you're saying is women can only clean and craft?
Don't put that in my mouth.
That feels like that's what you're saying.
No, I was just saying those are two possible things. I just feel like you're getting all misconstrued here, bro.
I'm just trying to make sure that there are no misunderstandings that are going to happen for me after this podcast goes live. That's all I'm making sure of.
I'm always looking out for you. Don't worry, bro. I got you.
What are you going to do? Because you have had terrible luck with our summer vacation every single year.
I get sick every time you go on one of these trips, so I'm really hoping I don't, which is such a bummer to get sick while you're on vacation. And then I always start feeling better like right before I go back to work, so that sucks. But
it's the worst because you only get so many vacation days in a year, and just watching them tick by sucks.
My dad's getting married next weekend, so I'm stoked for that. That'll be really fun. Weirdly enough, they're doing it in Milton.
Really?
And I hope my dad doesn't listen to the podcast, but I don't know why they're doing it in Milton. Like, my dad and my stepmom do not live in Milton anymore.
They're going to Milton for this.
They're going to Milton for the wedding, which is like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like, it's cool. I'm going to have like a bunch of my friends and stuff come out, and we still know tons of people that live there. But
do you think they're doing it for you? Did they think you were more likely to come to the wedding if you had friends in the area?
We're getting married. Like, it's a cute area. Like, if you know Milton, there's this area called like Mill Pond and stuff or whatever.
Sure.
And they're getting married under the gazebo. But it's like me and my friends just get stoned and just go swimming there. Like,
you have very different memories of that area.
That's all I'm going to think about is the time I did mushrooms and my friend did a backflip into the water and I thought he disappeared. Like, that's
sounds pretty sick, though, right?
I thought the guy was gone, dude. It was pitch black, and he went into the water, and I was like, oh, my God.
What you need to do is you need to get him to reenact that moment for you and your dad and see if it's any better now that you're older.
Yeah, I don't talk to that guy. Some people you don't talk to for a reason, but
are you part of the wedding? Because like you're a licensed officiant and you are also the son of the
I'm
groom?
like my dad's best man.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, I'll have like a little speech and stuff, and I do like it. Like my dad, I was like, oh, like are we getting suits or something? He's like, fuck no. He's like, this is my second wedding. He's like, it's not as serious. It's like, okay. So my dad went to Costco and he got like, so beside me and my dad, by my dad, it's gonna be me and my two stepbrothers.
Okay.
And we're just rocking khakis and white shirts.
That's amazing. Like white button-ups?
Yeah. So that's kind of the move for there. So
for some reason, I suddenly wish it was like white turtlenecks or something like that. I think that would be a very interesting wedding look.
Like we're like a bunch of weird skiers or something just standing there. Yeah.
It would be very cultish to go like wearing a white button-up shirt is kind of a classy thing. Wearing white almost anything else raises questions.
I don't even know why with the turtleneck. The turtleneck, I just assume you're hiding a hickey. That's always what I think of when I see people wearing turtlenecks.
What's on your neck that you didn't want anyone to see?
Is your neck that cold? Like, to be honest with you, has your neck ever been cold where you're like, oh, I wish I had like a little song? Unless it's like the winter, right?
Yeah. My neck has been cold, but I feel like my neck is the last thing to get cold. It's like if everything around my neck is cold, then my neck will inevitably also get cold. But by then, it's too late.
Wearing a turtleneck is stupid, man. How are you supposed to know if there's like a poltergeist around? You know, if there's a ghost haunting your house, like, kind of just seems like a bad move.
You can't suppress the hairs on the back of your neck. That's a security feature we humans all have.
Yeah, I always just think of Timu Solani or like was that guy that played on the Habs, Thomas Plekanec or whatever. Just a couple turtleneck guys.
It does feel, now that you mention it, it feels it's a very like Frenchy European kind of a vibe to it. Maybe that's just why we don't understand it.
Yeah,
they're classier than we are.
Turtlenecks. And then that weird thing that like rich people that play tennis do, where they tie this like sweater around their neck.
Yeah.
I saw a few people doing that at my sister's grad the other day, and it was like, you guys are rich as hell.
I understand when you're like wearing a sweater and it gets too hot, you tie it around your waist. I understand that move. I've never once seen the people who wear the sweater sort of draped around their shoulders take it off and put it on. Is it just for display, or is the idea, I'll wear this if it gets cold, but also I like light hugs?
I maybe I feel like it's just like some weird rich guy shit.
Like if you're gonna do that, just go ascot at that point. Like what's the dude in the white shirt from Scooby-Doo?
Oh, Fred? Yeah.
If you feel the need to wear something dumb and floofy around your neck, get an ascot, not a whole ass cashmere sweater.
It's weird. Like you can wear an ascot, but as soon as you pull up on your face, you're like a bandito out of nowhere. It's the borderline of
Yeah.
like classy and like gangsta.
It is a very thin line, all depending on chin location.
I used to be a big bandana kid when I was in like the 2nd and 3rd grade.
Really?
Like the Hardy Boys and like the Undertaker and stuff. I feel like every wrestler and stuff was wearing bandanas.
Bandana was the hot look in pro wrestling for a good long time.
I loved bandanas, and then like mainly because of Road Dogg.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
From the New Age Outlaws?
Yeah. And so I had bandanas, and then I wanted cornrows.
Oh, my God. I cannot picture you in cornrows.
My mom refused. I remember going to like a first choice haircut. It was like a Supercuts.
Yeah.
And like begging for cornrows. And my mom's like, no. And the lady's like, I don't know how to do that.
I was going to say, even if your mom had been on board for the culture, this is the last place you want to go to get cornrows.
Dude, that's also a tough look to have like your little guy rocking around with cornrows. And you're like, he's just a big Road Dogg guy. Like,
Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Like there are so many explanations that maybe could work to make it better. Saying he's a big fan of a white wrestler who also has cornrows is not going to fix anything.
Well, and I mean, like that whole like era was just like, it was a very confusing time for a young lad growing up. Like Eminem was wearing do-rags and stuff, and I was
That's
like,
right.
I should have a do-rag. Dude, I would put my bandanas on, and I would put like a hat on over top of it and stuff.
That was a tough look.
Oh my God, yeah. Going to school in like the 2nd and 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And just dressing like that is insane.
You know what's crazy to think is that the bandana look still exists, but you have to be either a biker or an aging rock star. We still see a lot of like aging rock stars, like what is it? Bret Michaels is going to play Rock on the River in Timmins this summer, and I guarantee you, before he leaves for that tour, he's going to pick out his 12 to 15 finest bandanas for the trip.
I always wonder if he's hiding his hairline. Like that's what I wonder, because he's got a fat bandana, if that makes sense. What I'm saying?
Well, 100%. Yeah, there's some cushion in there. It's the Hulk Hogan, right? Hulk Hogan used to rock the bandana way before even the Attitude Era or you started watching wrestling. And it would always be really jarring because he'd come out and he'd be all jacked and ripped and glistening, and the crowd is going wild and train and eat your vitamins and say your prayers. And he'd take the bandana and he'd throw it to the crowd. It's like, whoa, that dude's so bald.
Yeah, bald and bleaching the hair that he does have is insane.
Right. No respect for what little hair he still had. Although I will say, that dude's been balding since the 80s. Still has hair.
Yeah.
Not great hair, but he's got it.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Well, and it's surprising, like you bleach your hair like that much, you'd think it'd start falling out. He's got to bleach the mustache too, right?
There's no way that his mustache grows in that bright. I
saw
have
him.
to assume.
I saw him recently, and it's all white now. So I think it's just like he's just old.
Well,
he's just leaving
he's
it.
saving money on bleach by just graying out now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to dye it anymore. Time has taken care of that bill.
Yo, shit. Speaking of that, actually, I don't know which side it is. There's like one or two. I got some silver foxes coming in there now.
Look at you go.
I'm not even 30 yet. Yeah, I see it with a lot of my buddies like back home. Like, we'll be hanging out, and you can see some salt and pepper kind of sneaking in there on the lads.
I can't speak as to how I would look salt and pepper on the head, obviously, because I do the shave. But I've had a little patch in the front side of my beard for about a year and change now. And was it like shocking when you first noticed it?
Courtney pointed it out to me. We were like driving the other day, and she's like, "Is that a gray hair?" And she like went to pull it out of my head, and I was like, the hell are you doing?
That is a thing for some reason. When you get like your first gray hair, everybody's instinct is to be like, let me pluck that out of your skull.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why would you do that?
I'm not like overly worried about going bald, but like, I don't know. I think I could like fuck with grays. Like,
I think you'd look fine gray. I think you've got the hair for it, but I will say, take your hat off for a second.
Yeah.
Show me your hairline.
It's a little bit, but it's not anything to worry about, I think. Like,
it's just nice as the victim of most of your bald jokes to see that karma's starting to work its way in on the edges.
Oh, yeah. There's a little bit of a widow's peak going in there, but I mean, like, my old man still got his.
That's true.
So, like, that's nice. Like, my grandparents on both sides, like, they never really went bald.
If you can hold your volume, you'll look good gray.
Yeah.
The gray will work for you because you got enough hair.
First, as I was saying, some of the homies got some gray hair. There's a few of the fellas that I am noticing the hairline. We did a thing, like, in our group chat Because I actually noticed, I was like, oh yeah, my hairline's like a little
corners,
bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's everyone's hairlines looking at? And the graduating class of 2013
from Milton
is peeking back. That is for sure. That is absolutely for sure.
That's what you should do. If you have like a high school reunion coming up, that's what it should. I don't care where you've been working.
It's not the glow up, it's the fade back.
Yeah,
like that.
I want to see a close up picture of every guy who's at the high school reunion. Show me your line.
Yeah.
Show me what life has done to you.
I want to see your gut. I want to see your hairline.
I need to know how many people I've aged better than. That's all I'm here for.
Dude, that's what Facebook is for, though. Like, I don't need to go to a reunion. I've said it before. I keep certain people on Facebook.
Oh, for sure.
Literally just to see, like, how terrible are you looking right now?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? If you got somebody on Facebook that you maybe went to school with and you're like, man, they were just really seeming like they got their life together. They always look so good. They always look like they're having fun. Remember, you can see their photos versus photos they're tagged in.
Yeah.
And that's where you're going to see what life has to say about their situation.
Oh, dude, there's even some people, and you're like, dude, post some more happy shit. You're like, we get it. It's not going well.
Yeah, that's true. You know, but I almost respect that. I almost respect the people who are openly sad on Facebook, because the whole meme, the whole stereotype is like we only present the best parts of ourselves. This is someone who's being raw and honest to a fault.
For sure. But then some people, it's like, listen here, Stephen King, I'm not reading that novel.
That's one of my favorite replies is, I'm not reading all that. Congratulations or sorry, depending on what's better.
It's brutal, too, when you see some people and, like, they post their whole life on there, and then you're like, dude, you got 2 likes. Like, you're like, oh, dude, one's your wife. The other's your mom.
That is true. When someone posts like, man, things have been going really bad lately, work sucks, this, that, and the next thing, and only like a couple people drop, what is the care emoji, the hug one?
Yeah.
You get a couple of those in pity and passing from people who are just scrolling their timeline, and you're just like, oh, now it's really sad.
Well, the worst is, like, I'm totally talking shit right now, but you know there's someone that, like, looks at my Facebook and is like, what a fucking loser. Like, on a regular basis. Like, it's like, what's that old saying? Like, if you point a finger, 3 fingers point back at you.
I don't know, man.
If you make fun of someone's Facebook page, everyone's still laughing at yours.
Your Facebook page is fucking empty. I tried to find a picture of you for our logo graphics the other day. You don't exist on Facebook.
Yeah, I think my generation's slowly slipping away from it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're the same generation, but I mean, there's a gap.
Yeah. You gotta find Brock on Rumble now. That's the.
What the fuck is that?
You're out on them alt-right Facebook pages now.
What is Rumble?
That's one of those, like, when people said Twitter was getting too woke, they opened up, like, Rumble and Mastodon.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that was, like, an app where you can, like, fight people or something.
Dude, that would be sick.
Yeah. It's like Tinder for fights.
You're looking at people like, I can fucking take that guy, swipe right.
Yeah.
Then it comes up, match, and you're like, all right, let's bike cracks, let's
Not
go.
even, dude. You know what I'd do? I'd go on that thing and I'd just talk shit to people and then I'd unmatch with them.
You're ghosting people, but for fights instead of relationships?
I get Rumble Gold and, like, change my location. That way I could just talk shit to people in Quebec. I'd be like, you guys are such bad drivers. Fuck you.
It's called poutine. Get over it.
Montreal bagels aren't even that good.
Damn.
I'm coming for them, dude.
I don't think you got to be in Montreal to fight somebody about that one.
Sacre bleu, dude.
God, just another $1 million idea from the Brock and Dalby show. It's crazy.
Let's start a fight app, dude.
Fight
I wouldn't be
matching
surprised if that's already a thing, man.
It's probably a thing. You probably need a special browser to get it. It's not in the Apple store. You know what I mean?
Some people might start using it as a kinky dating app is the only problem.
Oh, that's true. There's always going to be somebody who comes along and ruins it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, now I'm horny, so we got to get out of here.
I don't know if I want to fight somebody or have sex, so I'm leaving.
All right. Well, yeah. All right. Let's wrap this up. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you. Yeah. Enjoy your hopefully not sick week while you're home here.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk to you guys when we get back. What is it, July 8th?
July 8th. We're back live on the air and with a brand new podcast each and every day right here, wherever it is you're listening to this one.
Yeah, share the podcast with your friends and give it 5 stars and the worst review you can. That's kind of the vibe.
That's right. High scores, bad words. That's all we want from you guys. guys.
Or a 1-star review in a really good written review.
We still have a perfect 5-star score. Quit trying to ruin that.
That is true.
Once that falls apart, then yes, we can meme the stars.
Yeah.
But for now, 5 stars or leave us alone.
All right, let's wrap this up. Take care. We'll talk to you guys in a week.
Bye, everybody.
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.
The Brock and Dalby podcast is brought to you by badshop.ca, the Brock and Dalby merch store. With all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society.